like to introduce our lovely Marissa Pendlebury, to come to the podium. And she's going to share with us the information that we're covering tonight.
Oh, hello guys. Well, first of all, I just have to say I can't believe the turnout, and I'm so grateful that everybody's come on a Thursday evening and gave up some of their time to come and see what I'm so passionate about, and hopefully gain something from this event that I find something deeply inspirational, and not something that's only helped me, but something that I really believe can help so many people. And the thing that I really want to share with you tonight is something called Nourishing Roots, with a concept that I developed, and it's all based around compassionate living and helping people to realise that true health and happiness doesn't lie in counting calories, weighing yourself, following the next faddy fitness regime, and running yourself in circles trying to be perfect, because at the end of the day, nobody is perfect. And I think everybody in this room, whether you're a carer, a parent, an employee, a business entrepreneur, or anybody with something who wants to make a difference in the world, I think everyone's got a gift to share. And I think finding that gift and finding that meaning and purpose in the world, I think that's the true key to health and happiness. And it doesn't lie in following these so-called faddy diets, which I think we're more than bombarded with every day. Whether at this time of year it's to get in your little black dress at Christmas, or New Year to try and join the gym. And for me, Nourishing Roots is very much about inspiring a tribe and a movement to understand that you're worth so much more than what you look like and what you weigh. And for me, I think health actually comes from loving yourself from the inside out. And it comes from being more mindful, grateful for the things that we already have, making positive social connections with people, volunteering, which I know many of you already do. Also comes from, following a passion, expressing creativity. And I know a lot of people here in this room are already doing that. And to me, that's inspirational in itself. And a lot of people sitting in this room today, probably all of you in fact, this book wouldn't have been possible at all if you hadn't played such an important role in my journey. It might have been just a sweet conversation. It might have been like a year's friendship. It might have been a lifelong friendship, but I can guarantee that each page of this book has been partly created by you guys. But I think you'll all agree we live in really challenging times. We live in a time where £6 billion are spent on the diet and fitness industry, while over £16 billion are spent on treating eating disorders. We also live in a time where people are trying to strive for the perfect job, the perfect career, the perfect grade, which is just a mark on a piece of paper at the end of the day. We're all trying to strive for something, but really those things we strive for, it leads us further away from our true selves. And believe it or not, I used to be the exact opposite of what Nourishing Roots stands for. I used to be the person who would absolutely loathe themselves. I would obsessively count calories. I was always on a diet. And I suffered from an eating disorder, anorexia, for a long part of my teenage years. And, I never thought there was any hope, to be honest. And through lots of inpatient admissions and seeing loads of NHS consultants, those things helped, and meal plans did help to a certain degree. But the real thing that massively helped was getting involved in volunteering, contributing to the community, and seeing people who had this real zest for life. And I could see that health was glowing within them from the inside out. It wasn't because they were following the perfect diet or because they had this really slim waistline. Their health didn't lie in their appearance. It lied in what they did, and because they had this great sense of meaning in life. And that really inspired me to, go on my own journey. I wanted to know more about health and wellness and nutrition, not the faddy side, but the more holistic side, the psychological side, the social side. And what I realised that things like food, it's not about calories. It's about family connection, social connection, getting back in touch with memories, and realising that we're put on this planet to do much greater things than count calories. It's just there and said, you've got to enjoy cake from time to time, otherwise I wouldn't have put tea and cake out and sweets on this night. So I also then went into nutrition, and as you were saying, psychology and public health, but those things didn't really light me up in the way I thought they did. And over time, I realised that I had these things inside I wanted to tell people, but I didn't have the opportunity. I thought, well, what better way? I started a blog at first, and I didn't realise like the type of positive response it would get in a way. A lot of the things that I wrote was just willy-nilly. It was my own personal thing. I didn't actually share it online for a long time. But when I did, more and more people wanted to hear this message that health, again, isn't about diet and fitness. It is to a small degree, but again, there's a much bigger picture. And I just started writing and writing. Everything just came pouring out on a page just really naturally. And over time, this kind of book materialised. And this actually only happened at the beginning of this year. I don't know where it came from. I thought, I'm going to take this forward and I'm going to develop something called a compassioneer concept. And I call a compassioneer is anybody who understands the idea of compassionate living, which is simply anyone who loves themselves from the inside out and realises that health and happiness is more than just food and exercise and fitness. It's about personal development, your social connection, your creativity, and doing all the things that feel meaningful for you. Because everyone in this room is so unique. We all have different tastes, we all have different dress sense and styles. So it's the exact same thing with our health and happiness. And that's exactly what Nourishing Roots tries to get across with my book, through its Nourishing Roots concepts, and it guides people through, what is a compassioneer, what's compassionate living, how can you develop a lifelong positive relationship with food and body if you've really struggled with that for so long. And for me, as I was writing it was so cathartic because I think I was even still struggling as I was writing it, but now coming to the end of it, I feel like I can fully say that was one thing in my life that I'll never regret, because if it can change one person's life, or if somebody could come up to me in a year's time and say, thanks, that really helped me on my journey, then that would mean so much. And I think the concept of Nourishing Roots will grow and grow. It's not just a book. It's also about meeting people one-to-one in workshops, developing things that are to do with holistic wellness, whether that's retreats, and going around communicating this message in schools, colleges, universities, because for me, it's a message that needs to be heard and shared as far as possible. And I feel so privileged that the people in this room are some of the first people ever to get to hear this message. And hopefully you can join my tribe of compassioneers and go out there on your own journey and spread that message in whatever form it's best for you. So on that note, I'd like to say thanks for listening and thanks for coming. There's going to be plenty of tea and cake soon, guys, so don't worry. There's sweets there, and there. There's no corner unturned that's laden with food, so please help yourself. Thanks again for coming, and thanks to Lynn and Jackie and Yvonne, the event organiser, and the lovely Dan over there who's been helping. He's my partner, by the way. He's doing everything tonight. I just feel so grateful. So thank you.